And it's not quite as hazy. We have a little cloud cover across the region right now. I'm going to get to some of the storms that are happening in the area that are non-severe and non-threatening. But first, I want to show you the upper level pattern. We have had this high pressure in place for the last several weeks, and that high pressure is going to continue to settle south, allowing for a cold front to move in overnight tonight. We still have what is left of Hurricane Laura, which is now no longer, but is certainly continuing to cause a lot of flooding across parts of the Arkansas areas into the state of Arkansas, and certainly across parts of the eastern 2/3 of the country. You'll notice dry air, though, probably start wrapping into the center of circulation, and that could tone things down just a bit. Speaking of moisture, we do have our next front on the way that is moving through parts of northern Montana. Doesn't look quite as impressive as Laura, but you can see some of that showing up across northeastern Montana and the high plains. You take you down to the surface, and you'll notice some of those showers and storms marching along and ahead of that front. Look, it's a series of two fronts here. So we're going to have this one sweep through overnight tonight, and then another one directly behind it, just to kind of reinforce a shot of milder air just in time for the weekend. We're already seeing a few showers and storms across the region, and that is really firing up here just around the Pikes Peak locations. These storms are mainly going to produce some frequent lightning and some gusty outflow winds. That is about it, though. We're not expecting any severe weather. We are expecting between about 6 and 8 p.m. some light to moderate showers across I-25 in El Paso County, and then we'll start to really dry things out before 8 o'clock tonight. These storms really won't reach the eastern plains, so you can expect to stay mostly dry across the Arkansas River Valley. Friday high temperatures are already noticeably cooler with that north wind spilling in across the state. Low 80s for Colorado Springs, middle to low 90s across the eastern plains, and 80s for Alamosa County. First half of the day is going to be dry, mix of sun and clouds, but the clouds will be the dominant feature by the afternoon hours as that front and more moisture starts to march across the central mountains, crossing I-25 between 4 and 6 p.m. tomorrow. I think most of our storms will hold off until late in the day, but I think the primary concern with these storms tomorrow is going to be another round of some flash flooding. Because of the slow-moving currents in the upper levels of the atmosphere, these storms, their forward speed's just not going to be all that impressive, which means they're going to linger across some areas and dump a lot of heavy rain over a short period of time. So if you live in a valley location, a low-lying area that has poor drainage, tomorrow you need to be kind of weather aware in terms of flash flooding. Showers and storms will spill across the Raton Mesa into the 8 to 10 p.m. time frame tomorrow night and lingering into the overnight hours. In fact, as you wake up Saturday morning, and look how cool we're going to be on Saturday, but Saturday morning you might be having your first cup of coffee across Lamar and La Junta with still some showers falling outside your window, as those showers really won't wrap up until the mid-morning hours. Just in time for another round of form as we move through 12 to 2 p.m. across the high country, and then moving across I-25 again into those late afternoon and early evening hours, so between 4 and 7 p.m. So if you have outdoor plans, get up, get after it. But even if you're going to be at the pool or anything of that nature, later in the day, these storms are going to start to march through. I still think Friday feels like more of a washout and more soggy than it does on Saturday, but just continue to make your outdoor plans accordingly. Temperatures are steady in the 70s behind that front. As we move through the weekend, Pueblo, we go from the low 90s tomorrow and then down into the middle 80s. Pueblo, what are you going to do? You going to get out slippers, socks, coats? Just kidding. I know we're not that flimsy here in Colorado, but look, it's been really hot in Pueblo, upper 90s for the last few days. So it's going to be noticeable cool down, to say the least. Colorado Springs, temperatures in the mid to low 80s tomorrow. Heavy rain by the afternoon, and then another around Saturday afternoon as well. So look at that. The cool down actually sticks around. Not too bad. Not too shabby.
I'm liking that. It'll be nice to cool down and get a little rain. Wow, we've been so parched. Well, as thousands of students head back